Yeah, we are live now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, anybody from wherever you're watching from. I am Sherin, and I have a wonderful guest today, Miss Elena from UK. Isn't it, Elena?
That's
Yes.
correct. Yeah. Sorry, in
Yeah.
the
So
UK.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming to live today. Everybody is talking about, like, we're all saying about the good things about the business. Some people, I recently had some comments saying that, okay, you're all talking about only good things about the business. And what are the actual challenges that you're facing? Well, we are honest to our audience,
Yeah.
and it's very important that you need to know what are the difficulties that you're going to face before you plug in.
Yeah.
So we have Elena to discuss all the difficulties that she faced, and also I will share my journey as well, and then that will give you a clear picture about what phases that you're going to challenge and how can you face it. And thank you, Elena, and
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
no worries. And thank you for coming in for today's live. And can you please introduce yourself to our audience and
Yeah.
tell me about your why to switch into online world?
Yeah. So I'm Reverend Eliana Nana, based here in Surrey in UK. I used to be a money laundering reporting officer and director for a financial services firm. And then gradually, when I decided to reduce my hours and, you know, go more towards my long-term objectives or long-term aspirations, I also worked as a domestic abuse advocate for a large charity here in UK. I'm a mum, I'm a wife, I've got two children. I'm also a carer. I've got my oldest son has special needs. I'm also a carer. Um, and yeah, I started the ministry 2 years ago. Soon after starting the ministry, I stumbled over this wonderful online digital business. Um, and I did not jump in straight away. It took me a year or two because I kept seeing adverts, and which we'll probably go in a bit later, but it'll be part of the difficulties that I faced before coming into the online world. And then yeah, so I've been running the business now for 2 years. My main why, my main reason is because as a minister, I'm also very passionate about supporting orphans and widows, not just in one country. If I could do it over Asia, Africa, Caribbean, I'll gladly, stand up to the opportunity. But obviously, to be able to do something like that, you need finances.
Yeah.
And so that's my main why, really, as well as having a young family. I want to be able to support young, underprivileged children, girls and boys who just don't have any basic basic education, just like things that you need growing up, and just support them in that sense. So that's my main reason why I started Eliana King Digital
Wow.
Limited.
Wow, that's wonderful, Eliana. I know that I understand that you have a lot of background, which I have no idea about. I'm,
Right.
I'm a nurse myself, so I'm from healthcare field. So I have been nursing for last 17, 18 years. So I
Oh,
passed out.
wonderful.
I
Yeah.
always love nursing, but the reason that I started something extra is because it's not because Eliana, nursing is a very good profession and there is a lot of
Yes.
work, especially at the
Yeah.
time of pandemic, and people are actually looking for a lot of works, and you can actually pick up a lot of extra shifts to make money. So nurses are never short of
Yeah.
money. But the thing with nurses is that money and time will not come together. So if you want to
Yes.
work one more and you have to work extra shifts and again taking away your time from family.
That's correct.
So that is my reason. And also, as you know, in any profession, I know you are from financial background, from corporate world,
Yeah.
and you were working as a director, and you were what else? What else? I don't really catch that. Um,
Towards the end of so when I finished my spell in the financial services industry, I started to work for a charity on a part-time basis, victim support. So I was helping advocate, the needs and wants of women who've been through domestic abuse.
Wow,
So yeah,
that's a
so I worked with
wonderful
social
cause.
workers, clinicians,
I know.
nurses. Yeah.
Wow. Wow, that's really cool. That's really cool. And I would say, like, you are facing a lot of challenges in that as well, isn't it? Even if it's for a good purpose, right?
That's correct. That's correct. And when you're a reverend minister as well, it's not that I feel that I'm special, or I'm this big individual or whatever,
Yeah.
because I'm actually quite a very humble person. But automatically, other business owners start to think that because you're in this trusted position, and actually I forgot to mention, I'm also recently became a board member of a lovely health and well-being charity based in Bromley. So
Wow.
when you have all that background and you're in a trusted function, people automatically think that, okay, when you're in business, it's always going to go well. That people are going to warm up to you when you're trying to, give them a new idea, or you're trying to offer them services or whatever. But actually, I face the same challenges that everyone else does. You know,
Yeah.
those questions: is this really real? Do you really make as much as everyone is saying in the adverts that they see? Is it really as good as it seems? Um, are you sure that once I pay for my business program, I'm not gonna probably not hear from you again? All the day-to-day things that you probably deal with as well. I deal with the same thing, and the one biggest challenge for me coming into the online world was changing
Yeah.
my mindset, because I
Yeah.
stumbled over many lovely adverts, informative adverts, but I had that fear, thinking that I was going to be scammed. So it
Yeah.
is to some extent natural for people to think that, but obviously we're here to let people know that, listen, we're in these trusted positions. You're a wonderful nurse. You've been a nurse for 18 years. It's not, like everything else, it has its pros and cons. It's for people to just overcome that initial fear and change their mindset, because mindset, it's a key thing in our business. And if you're going to move online, that's one of the things. If you always work for somebody, it's to have that positive mindset, that positive mental attitude, that you're going to succeed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally, totally. I know, I agree with you, Elena, especially when you have some financial background and some, the victim abuse protection and things like that. You always think about, especially in online world, we all think that online, is it like, will we get scammed?
Yes.
Because a lot of things going on online. And like one good thing about our opportunity is that, when you come into our community, you will be privileged to come into a community. You can come into our group and see what is this all about. Is
Yeah.
this something that's suitable for you? Do you have the people who is doing it from the same background as you or same country as you, and what kind of results are they having, what challenges that they are facing? That is one privilege we all have. When you
Yeah.
come into the community, that's a one-time opportunity for you, to actually come in to make your own judgment. Again, as I
Yeah.
said, Elena, this is not for everybody. Probably you are not able to come out of that fear. That's okay. Nobody is forcing
Yes.
you, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it might take some time. As yourself, Elena, you took 2 years to join, right?
It took me 2 years. Honestly, Sharon, it's one of the bad decisions I ever made, was to
Yeah,
just sit on the
yeah,
fence, seeing all these adverts pop up all the time and be hesitant, because I was just fearful of, I'd been scammed before doing crypto. I'm not saying crypto is bad, by the way, for people that, are into that. You just have to know what you're doing. And
yeah,
I did not have enough knowledge, so I got scammed.
yeah,
And so it was really important for me coming into this. I just thought, you know what, I've sat on the fence for so long. Let me just take the balls by the horn and just go for it. What's the worst thing that can happen? This, business program is refundable, $149. If I come in, I study the business model. If it's not for me, at least I've come in to see what it's all about. And that's exactly what I did. I also read books, business books, by, some of the main authors that we hear about, just to really be in that frame of mind that actually I'm no longer working for somebody else. I'm working for myself. I have to be disciplined. I have to set out tasks, my daily tasks, not stay in my jumpsuit or my pajamas all day, go for walks regularly, clear my mind, meet people, have an accountability partner I can check in with, make sure that, I'm plugging into the community. And that's one added bonus that you mentioned. Our community is just awesome, from all over the world. You can reach out to your mentor, your coach, which you get when you join our community. But the great thing is that there are people from different walks of life, different professions, different countries and ethnicities, and you can plug into all of that knowledge and experience to your advantage, and that's helped me a lot these last 2 years.
Yeah, that's wonderful, Elena. So tell me this: what were you good at technology? Because one main challenge is people are thinking that, oh, I'm not very technological and I don't know how to operate. I just know the basic skills of computer. Some people don't even know that, and I don't know. Like, probably you are doing a wonderful job. I may not do that. I cannot do that because I don't know. That kind of thing. How did you overcome? I'm sure you face that as well. I don't know how your basic skills of computer, but I just would like to hear. So can you share that, please?
Yeah. So, in the community, when you join our business community, you do not need that initial IT. You don't need an IT degree, IT certifications, digital marketing certifications. The training, luckily, that we offer is step by step. Literally, we have grandmothers in our community, all right, people that are 78, 80, and they're not just having this business, they're running a successful business. That's the key thing. So, if you have that notion that actually I'm not good with IT, I'm not good with computers, you get taught how to do it. It's a step-by-step video-based training. All the different apps that you hear about, Canva, and all the different, fancy things that you see people doing on social media, you can learn it. You can learn it as long as you're willing. That's the thing. If you're willing to learn, because obviously you can take a horse to the river, but you cannot force it to drink. So if you're willing to be successful at this, if you're willing to learn the ropes, the training is there step by step for you. And the training portal is a lifetime access. It never gets taken away from you. You can refer to it. It's regularly being improved and enhanced to be aligned with marketing standards, and so on. So you're always getting the best form of training, and you have technicians in the background to help build all the systems and controls, automation that you need to make it a successful business.
Absolutely. I mean, we are blessed to be in this platform, because I don't think there is anything out there in the world now, such a supportive community and such a team, with very negligible value. This $149, you are going to get the whole technical support for your entire life, and also you have a training site which train you what we do fancy in the social media. The exact same thing that you can also do if you're willing to learn. And it's not a rocket science, basically. And to me, I also did not have any technical background, Elena, and I have zero experience in that. I have hands-on nursing experience. Other than that, the computer skills I did not have. You all can have this, and the same thing that we are going live now. You can and you will be going live one day, which is part of your personal development, but it's not necessary that you have to do that. If you want, you can develop it in your business as well. So we have the entire tech team to build we have all the advanced strategies, automated system, sales funnel, 24/7 email campaign, all those kind of topmost things that any digital business, any successful digital business should have. So you all have that in your hand, and then all you have to do is invest your time. It's not a get to rich scheme, okay? And what you do is social media marketing. You need to learn those skills, and once if we can do it, you can do it too, right?
Yes.
And actually, Elena, I actually missed the point that you were talking about. You talked about some books that you were reading to have a good mindset. Can you recommend that to our viewers? I mean, what books helped you most?
Yes, I think I tend to follow influencers. I know a lot of people don't like or may have misconceptions about people like Elon Musk and all the Bill Gates and all of those kind of serial entrepreneurs. One person I'm currently really liking his posts and the information he's putting out there is Mr. Khan, CBE. He's on the business. What's the business? I forget the name of it. Where you've got serial entrepreneurs interviewing other want-to-be entrepreneurs. I've missed the name of it, but he sits in a great position. You would think that he knows it all, but he shares some important nuggets that, for up and coming entrepreneurs to learn, and for people to just recognize that business, it was not always going to be smooth the whole time of your business, of your business life. There are going to be ups and downs, different seasons, and it's important to have that mindset, continue to read, and just open yourself up to learn that actually things can change. Change is a real factor, especially in the global crisis that we currently have. You have to be willing to adapt to change in a positive way. And so, yeah, I would recommend, just all the main influencers, the owner of LinkedIn. You can follow all these; they're all out there. You can literally Google things, and it will come up with different. If it's mindset, if it's policies and procedures, if it's behavioral skills, you can just Google these things, and it will come up with the top influencers for you to do more research on, and follow, become a follower, and look into the books that they read.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Bill Gates shared recently on LinkedIn a list of books that he's read in the past. So it's good to follow these key people. Don't think that because they're up there that, oh, little old me, how maybe I might never get up there. No, but there are things that you can learn from afar and admire what they've done, and just incorporate into your everyday life, your business life, your corporate life. And the key thing I want to mention as well is that, like you're a nurse. I am doing other things aside of, I'm a minister, I'm a board member, all the great things alongside running the business. You can easily do this business because of its wonderful systems and controls and automation. You can do it whilst remaining in your corporate, for as long as you want to remain in corporate. And then when you're ready to retire, at least you've built that business on the side, which can give you that legacy for you and your children to retire to.
Absolutely. Yeah. So one thing I want to elaborate on that point is, we are not here just to make money. Money will not come that
That's
easily,
great.
The thing is that money will come, or your business will grow with you. That is the important thing. So you need to focus on yourself, and you need to focus on your skill set, your mindset. Then the business or the people around you will grow with you.
Yeah.
So that's how it happens. So we are talking about the whole entire shift in your world, where you can have the side stream of a solid side stream of income. At the same time, you're building relationship, you are having personal growth, you are building your leadership skills and your communication skills, all those kind of stuffs, right? So it's wonderful. Thank you so much for recommending those books and the people to follow. And Elena, another thing I wanted to ask: many people are scared to come online, and they're saying that, okay, I'm not an online person, and I'm not sure what was your background in terms of social media. Were you a social media person, or did you find that difficult to shift to show yourself out there?
Do you know what? I've been on social media for some time now, but I did not use it for business. It's only 2 years ago I started to even use it for ministry. So in some sense, other people may see me as a novice. I think I probably see myself as a novice. I'm still even learning. And so one thing I would say is that, everything is online now. You want to order a book, you want to order an item, we quickly go to Amazon or all the different websites that we know about. And so if you're doing something and it's not online, if you're running a business and it's not online, if you're, even if you're a college student, you will go online to do research for your different projects, your dissertation, and so on. And so the key thing is that just understanding, it all goes back to, first of all, why you want to do this. If it's just to make money and be rich, then maybe this is not for you. That's one key thing that Sharon pointed out. It's a mixture of things. It's not just the money. Of course, the money is great. But if you want to develop as an individual, if you want to meet new people, have a great solid network, you have to very quickly just dispel that myth that being online, you're exposing yourself and and all of this. You know, a lot of people have successfully, like us, successfully come online doing something positive. I often share great stories about my orphans and widows, what I'm doing in the charity world. You know, you can put out there what you want people to know about you. It's not you being forced to put all these things about yourself. You can determine for yourself, okay, I know people that I don't particularly like to show too much of my children, for example. I talk about them, but my children don't like the camera. So I won't force my children to be on camera, for example. So it's just knowing what works for you and just being able to have that, you know, mindset that you want to test things out. If they don't work out, you leave it alone. If it's something that you end up loving, then you can do more of. So it's flexible, you know, you just don't think that because you're a digital entrepreneur, you have to put everything of yourself out there. You can pick and choose what you put out there.
Absolutely, absolutely. And also, you know, it will give you, I would say, like, it will give you an online maturity. Like, you know, it's up
Yes.
to us, isn't it? Like, you know, how to deal with like, I know there are a lot of good people and bad people outside. So you need to figure out, you need to choose whom you want to talk. You always have,
Exactly.
especially, like, you know, say, for example, in the Facebook, and if somebody is saying a bad comment, you have an option to ban and block them. You know, you don't have to talk to them because you're online. Yes, we are carrying a business and we are doing something really good, but doesn't mean that they will get, you know, they will get it, and they might say some bad comments. That's totally up to you. You can ignore them, and you can just move ahead. And at the end of the day, they are not going to decide what you are or what you are doing. It's you.
Yes.
Who is going to do it. So that's a key point, and you will have that kind of maturity of when you have that time period, isn't it? And another one last question that I want to ask you, because I know that this business, everybody is starting as part-time, when you know, many of us are doing that along with our full-time job. Many people are facing the challenge that how they will do that along with their other commitments. Are they going to increase their tension? You know, that's their fear, like, you know, how they are going to organize themselves. So how do you do that by yourself? I know that you are you know, you are doing a lot of other things along with your family and things like that. How do you manage your time, and how do you do it efficiently?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, going back to April this year, I quit all form of, you know, employment, if that can put it. I came out of, you know, even working in the charity, I abandoned that. But it was a great experience. You know, the key thing is that even if you're working and you come across this business opportunity, because this business is automated, you know, you still have to dedicate time. You still have to dedicate. I do about 2-3 hours, couple of days a week. I don't work weekends. I respond to people emailing on a Saturday or whatever, but Sunday is my strict day where I don't do anything to do with business. But your setup might be different. You know, it's all about just recognizing that this is a business. You're also in a career, so just great time management skills is key, and also recognizing that whilst this may start off as a part-time, I know people that only spend like an hour 3 days a week on their business, and they're still making a good income. They still have work, trying to maintain that work-life balance, and it's working out. Whereas some people like me have now gone on to put in more hours, because now I'm in a position where I can do it on a full-time basis, so to speak. So it's really all about just having a great discipline, ironing out your time, you know, setting out small tasks. Don't spend too much time on one thing so that you're bogged down and stressed. You know, set it out into little tasks. Again, you know, we've touched on this already. The automation systems and controls are absolutely amazing. And so, you know, even when somebody's interested in joining your business, they can, it's all automated. They can go to your site, register, and the system takes care of the rest. And so don't see this as you know, too time labor intensive or time consuming. You can literally make it run the way that you want it to run and still keep your job. As time goes on, there are many, as you know, sharing in the community like me, who have now gone from doing the business on a part-time basis and have actually retired early, thanks to God, and are doing this, putting in more hours into it. So you put in what you want to get from it at the end of the day. No one will force you to say, oh, they're not going to check your time log and say, actually, you haven't done anything for 1 week or 2 weeks. You know, it's all about first going back to your why you came into the business, to that business opportunity, and make sure that you're putting in some effort. You know, as to how much effort you put into it, it's all down to you, depending on your family setup.
Wow. Yeah, that's really good point that you that's where many people are struggling. That is, just to give you a perspective, and I just want to elaborate on the point where, you are starting as your own boss, so you are your own boss. There is a good thing and bad thing about that. Okay, the good thing is that nobody's going to boss you around asking, like, of course you'll have mentor to say that, okay, hi, how are you, and are you doing well, and things like that. But you decide how much time that you want to put into the business, or how much you want to work on the business, and when and where to work on the business. You can work on the beach, you can work on the in the house, you can work on in the kitchen, wherever you want to do so. But the bad thing is that as there is nobody to boss you around, if you are not a disciplined person, or if you are not willing to be disciplined in your life, then the thing will happen as if you might fall off. If you have to put that in. I always say to my team, Elena, if you take this as a hobby, it will only give you hobby results. So, but you need to take it as a business. Business has to be treated as a business. There are people in our community like me, we only put like maybe 1 or 2 hours a day, where I was doing the full time. But now I'm able to put that, as part time. I asked this business helped me to become part time in my nursing, so I have more time to put into the business now. The same way, there are people who is making 5-6 figure consistently in every month. They are putting a lot of hours a day. It's totally up to you, because this business has huge potential. The return of investment in this business is much higher, so it's worth to put your time in. But it's entirely up to you. If you love your profession, continue what you're doing. You can still put like 1 or 2 hours a day. And it's not strict. There is no strict timing where and when you need to do that. It's totally up to you. But if you're not able to do one time, one day, that's fine as well. And the next day you have to compensate. You need to learn those skills to become successful in this business, isn't it?
That's correct. Quality over quantity.
Absolutely. That was a wonderful talk, Elena. I think we opened the eyes of the people who was watching, so they have a really good clue about what the challenges that we are facing. Do the normal people like us, or are we able to face the challenges, and can we do this successfully online? Yes, you can do this successfully, and you can make a solid side stream of income, a retirement plan, or your child's college fee, or you can even transfer this business to your people, to your children. I mean, so this is a wonderful opportunity. It's totally up to you what to do. So if you want more information, please reach out to Elena or myself, and we will be able to guide you to the platform and how you will know more about this business. And thank you so much for sharing your time,
Thank
Elena.
Thank you so much for the questions. I love the questions that you ask, because these are things that people are day to day thinking about, whether to make that move, whether to stay where they are. So those questions were just spot on. So thank you for those questions and for inviting me on this wonderful platform.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'll see you around anyway, Elena, and wish you the very best. And I'll see you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.